Alright guys, this is the first round, but I accidentally hit enter for no on rendering after the video was saved, so I lost the video. And the first round, let's just say it was so long that we both had 6 minutes left in our clock after it was over. So we'll start with the first game. Pretty standard keep here. I've got spells, cards, you know. He starts with Bant Sureblade, and I draw Dark Temper like a champion. And then I see Aven Square, and I'm really happy. And of course I draw an island right on time, so, you know, how lucky am I, right? So, game proceeds like this, pretty normal, pretty general, and then I see Sigil Captain, I'm like, oh, well that's, might be annoying if he has other 1/1s in hand. And if you guys have already seen that it shouldn't be a problem, then keep it to yourselves for now, because I mess up later. So yeah, I draw Alchemist, and I decide to bounce it, since I can't, like, Drago really isn't going to do much, since he can just attack with this huge guy. I'd rather just get the tempo advantage. So he plays it again, and I'm like, alright, I expected that. Get a border post down there, blah blah blah. I draw Sphinx, which is pretty awful top deck, and I'm like, I need lands. And then I draw some of my most expensive spells, really late game spells. Squire, and this is where I messed up. I killed the Squire on my turn, whereas I should have waited, because this is a trigger. I could have just killed this before it got counters, but because I'm an idiot, I allowed it to get counters, and that pretty much just cost me the game, as I just couldn't survive the beats for that long. I tried my hardest. If I could get lands, then I guess I could have won, but he's got so much pressure. Like, 2 turns, I just die. And then he crystallizes this, so I can't even block. And then I draw Tarfine and just devour these guys, see what he's got in his deck. You know, just for some information. And of course, he's got lands in his deck, so that doesn't help me at all. And that was pretty much that round right there. Let me make sure my event. Okay. And game 2 takes a really long time. So let's just skip a few turns. Hopefully Moto doesn't crash here. So I keep a pretty standard hand. I've got all my colors. I've got Master Transmuter and Tezzeret Seeker, so could do me good stuff. But he plays a flyer, which is really worrisome. And then, of course, gets 2 more instances of Exalted, so huge pressure is put on me immediately. I'm feeling the heat, as they would say. So this game's looking pretty good for him. And then I top deck Cathari Remnant. I mean, I could have top decked a lot of things, but Cathari Remnant was one of the best ones. And then I hit one of my worst cards off of the Remnant. So he needs crystallization here, or he is not going to win. Get Tezzeret out. Now I start the card advantage engine. Get me my Kaleidostone for my Transmuter. I've got a ton of artifacts in hand. Then Worldly Council, pretty scary. Hoping that he didn't hit crystallization there. Hit Rockstorm Monk, doesn't do anything. So now he's tagging with all his flyers, which makes sense. You know, I don't want my guy, or he wants this guy to die, so that, you know, is fine. Since I can untap with Tezzeret, I might as well use the ability on my turn and then wait again. So huge card advantage here, huge tempo. But unfortunately I don't draw anything to deal with the flyers, so Tezzeret unfortunately goes down. Search up a land, Kaleidostone in my Ethereum Abomination. Yep, do the old Kaleidostone Master Transmuter. Good times here. Get the Armillary Sphere down there. I want to thin my deck of lands, definitely. Place another Squire. I don't really care. Comes in with this guy. I decide to just let him life gain. I'd rather not have this Master Transmuter come in summoning sick next turn, so I just thin and, you know, do the card advantage. Basically, and look at, okay, so great. It's basically keeps getting stuck at this point. I guess I'll just explain the rest of the game. It really doesn't take that long. I mean, you guys can pretty much figure out what happened. Uh, I just keep drawing cards until I land Sphinx of the Steel Wind and win that way. So, okay, well, that covers that. um, this game is a little bit more annoying. This is a pretty questionable keep, but I decided to keep because I have Cathartic Remnant, which is, again, really good against him. And I'm on the play, so, you know, I'm not going to lose a lot of the tempo. Yeah, so he plays Death Duelist, which is really good against me. Not exceptionally good, but pretty good. And then I was debating whether or not to play the Cathartic Remnant, because I was like, okay, well, I could just hit nothing. But I figured since I have a bunch of plays coming up in the next few turns, it was fine. I mean, I have a lot of misses with it. I mean, if I had any removal, it doesn't work, so... But, I mean, I pretty much just use him as a blocker. And I decided to just keep Regeneration Mana up, since I can still play a creature in this turn. I do so. And then he drops Big Daddy, Stoic Angel, which I quickly bounce, because... Yeah, I bounce instead of playing Abomination because I want to get an island for Grixis Panorama, from Grixis Panorama to play Tezzeret, so I can start getting some Tezzeret card advantage going. So that's, not bad. That's kind of bad. Don't really like Frontline Sage. So yeah, I go ahead and fetch my island, and I pretty much draw the best card in the situation, Esper Battle Mage. So next turn, I can Tezzeret and, kill both of his guys in the same turn, which is really, really nice. So I expect Stoic Angel to come down, but nope, he wants to go aggro. Gets down the Ardent Plea and skips some pretty annoying cards. Well, they wouldn't have been that good against Esper Battle Mage, but... Yep, so I go ahead and do this, kill both of his guys. I leave all of my swamps untapped, so I can do this twice and leave Regeneration Mana up. But I can no longer attack because of these Death Duelists, which is really annoying. Trailblazer. Nothing? No? Gust Rider, okay. So, I've drawn a lot of lands, but time to get some card advantage going. And again, Fairy Mechanist doesn't hit anything. So, that guy was pretty awful for me, but, he's one of my only flyers, so I can't really complain too much. He plays his own Mechanist, really doing a bunch of nothing. I'm really surprised he hasn't played Stoic Angel. I don't know why he's keeping it in hand, especially since he knows I have a Tarfiend in my deck. If I make him discard it, then he's, like, boned. But he isn't punished for such things. Yep, so I go ahead and just eat a free creature. He makes a pretty poor attack. And for some reason I decided to untap Esper Battle Mage instead of Cathartic Remnant, so that was a pretty bad mistake here. It ended up actually costing me my Tezzeret, unfortunately. Since it was going to die next turn, I figured I might as well just get the Sphere, thin out my deck a little bit. So, yep, I get my lands. I have so few lands left in my deck, it's absurd. And then I play Tarfiend, and he actually bounces Remnant, which is really annoying. And I Devour 2 because the 8/8 makes it really hard for him to block. So yeah, but the Stoic Angel being out makes it really hard for me to attack. I can't keep leaving a guy back to block and a guy to attack. So, but I get in there for a turn, make him chump. He's quite a huge creature, so yeah. Drop Undead Leotau, and this turn he again just plops down random dudes that do nothing, which is, I mean, my deck is meant to top deck better. Get out there, Brain Bite, I see a land, Corpse Connoisseur, blah blah blah. I attack with Undead Leotau for some reason, even though I know he has First Strikers. For some reason I feel like he can attack through that or something. So pretty poor attack there. but I mean, he's not really that important anyway, so.